Get your popcorn, hold on to your pearls, and get ready, ladies and gentlemen, tea drinkers, Twitter detectives, and skeptics, because the unthinkable was just done by Remy Ma. She was discovered using drugs backstage, and the lights are bright, and the cameras are rolling. Not purportedly, but based on a leaked video, so obvious that you can see the regret developing in 4,000 after judging talent. How does a Grammy-nominated rapper end up being dragged out of the building while being held by a makeup artist and 2 security guards? A devastating PR meltdown, a career collapse, and possibly the most embarrassing TV moment since Paula Abdul's uncorked interview. This was more than just a lousy look, not to mention how Papoose appeared to try to blend in with the drywall. Producers flinched and fans jeered. What precisely took place backstage then? Who made the video leak, and how did Remy Ma transition from a state of emergency to a state of culture? The drama is building, the receipts are smoldering, and Remy Ma's career has taken a hit. Eventually, Remy Ma secured a high-profile position as a guest judge on a nationally televised talent program called The Mic Drop. Following years of shady social media events, relationship drama, and nasty headlines, imagine hip-hop meets American Idol, but with a lot less professionalism and a lot more attitude. Let's rewind to a time when she wasn't exactly the industry's star. Previously, we discussed a person who once remarked, "If I ain't got beef, I'm bored." Somehow this woman convinced Mic Drop producers that she could represent artistic integrity and street wisdom on national television. She's had more rap battles than hit singles in the last 10 years. It worked for a while. The first 2 episodes went off without any problems, and Remy was using edge control to make fun of Britney Taylor, Nicki, and the Glam Squad. This wasn't about Beyoncé. Rather, it was about, "Please don't drug test me today." Then, according to several unnamed crew members, everything broke apart in episode 3. We've all seen celebrity diva behavior before. Yes, Darren from audio and Karen from lighting are now officially snitching. Remy was wearing sunglasses indoors, irritated and late. The worst part is that Remy apparently disappeared for 11 minutes during a commercial break. When one of the PAs glanced at the surveillance stream, they saw something that made the entire production team grab their clipboards. Remy Ma was in the dressing room leaning over the counter, doing something she should never have been doing. Everyone thought she was applying makeup. For the sake of YouTube's standards and common courtesy, we won't go into specifics. But let's assume there was white powder, a rolled-up piece of paper, and a lot of you would think Spielberg directed the video because it's high quality from so many different perspectives. The internet didn't just react, it went viral on Twitter, with the hashtag #RemyWhatAreYouDoingGirl. TikTok creators started acting out the scene, and someone even made a remix video of the footage that featured Remy's old lyrics over the top. A copy had already been leaked to a certain shady Instagram gossip page that rhymes with femur, papoose. Chili, the man who fled the building as if he had just seen her cheat again, strolled 4 blocks in silence before ordering an Uber back to the studio, as the judges were chatting and the audience was going crazy. Within 20 minutes of watching the video, the producers convened an urgent conference with the legal team and reached the decision that Remy Ma needed to be disqualified. However, they forced her to sign a release document because they weren't sending her on leave. Even more startling is the fact that the audience didn't realize what was going on and kept cheering between commercial breaks, thinking everything was okay. Just when we thought the controversy had reached its peak, someone leaked the raw footage. Not the security tape, but the behind-the-scenes camera footage that showed the precise moment Remy was being pulled aside by security backstage, who insisted that it was just a vitamin powder. Vitamin C doesn't make you sweat like that, boo. When Remy was informed that she was not eligible, her expression was priceless. After a few minutes of her fiddling with her wig, she said, "Wait, you all are serious, girl?" Yes, serious. Like a papoose freestyle, the video immediately went viral, receiving millions of views in a matter of hours. Even Wendy Williams, who was still off-air, managed to publish a fuzzy iPhone reply from her couch with a remark. Now this is a hot topic, but wait, there's more. The Shade Room shared it and posted it themselves. One of the Glam team members posted a screenshot of a group message in which Remy apparently acknowledged using something to decompress. As if that wasn't enough drama for one night, is there anything else that could ease the tension? A chamomile tea or a therapist? Furthermore, a few hours later, the producers released a statement that said, "Due to a breach by 2 bodyguards," She looked as if she had just lost a custody dispute, as one fan put it. "You used to be real, you're just really embarrassing." Reminisce. Mackie has been removed from her role as a guest judge on Mic Drop due to contract violations and unacceptable on-set behavior. Future endeavors? CIS may be trying to appear in court at this rate. And now, with social media still ablaze, and PR teams working overtime, we are left with one burning question. What happens next? Because this was just the beginning, and the real drama is about to start rolling in from every angle. We hope she succeeds in all of her future pursuits. But from fans to direct messages that were exposed, possibly even a lawsuit or two, Reddit threads are turning into crime scene investigations. People are scrutinizing Remy's every action, including when she scratched her nose. The internet was in full-blown meltdown mode after the video was fully leaked, screenshotted, and slowed down frame by conspiracy TikTok. One person said, "Go 2042, her pupils dilated, proven. Damn, you guys became pharmacologists overnight." But the true bombshell came from an unknown source who claimed to be involved with the production in response to the backlash. Let's break down the message that the production's post-show cleanup crew left on a gossip blog called The Spill Plug. This wasn't the first time Remy Ma came under scrutiny. Since episode 1, the so-called whistleblower, Tasha Herrenwig's D4B, claimed that Remy Ma had been acting strangely. She was dozing off in the chair, babbling during takes, and requesting green tea that had suspicious Henny. And even in episode 2, the real tea emerged. Tasha featured blurred-out shots of Remy's dressing table with a mystery bag, a rolled-up dollar bill, and a mini bottle of herb for vibe control. "They're going to set me up like they did Lauren, sis," Remy told herself as she took a bathroom break, leaving her microphone running. Although Lauryn Hill has never snorted anything behind a Coke machine, everything changed after those pictures. Appeared on blogs. Instagram made fun of her, TikTok created a whole new craze, and Twitter pulled her along. The internet started sharing screenshots of messages between Remy and her alleged dealer, Code Power Dawn, saying things like, "Same. Drop as last week. This time I'm on TV, LOL." Of course, no one could confirm whether those were real, but did that stop the internet from sharing them like gospel? Absolutely not. Fat Joe, who is typically loyal to a fault, went live for 7 minutes without mentioning her name when fans asked. In the Remy Challenge comments, "Where are you, Remy?" His response was, "Sometimes the streets speak before you can, huh?" One of the most popular tweets from Nicki Minaj's Barbs was, "Remember when Remy said Nicki's career was over? FFR. Now she's out here getting disqualified like it's chopped." Even so, what does it mean unexpectedly? Papoose himself delivered the worst blow in a since-deleted Instagram story. 5 hours after liking the tweet, Cardi B also expressed disapproval. She showed the words, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and collapse," in white on a black screen. We'll just say that a man is done defending his wife when he mentions Gym.PR staff were in a hurry by this point, and one of Remy's close friends offered an exclusive interview to Black Tea Daily in an effort to make it seem as though Remy was under pressure and was utilizing powdered pre-workout instead of drugs to stay energized. Child, you guys just make assumptions like that before working out while wearing high heels and a rolled-up bill. Don't bring us into this, said GNC. Just when we thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, a second angle of the footage leaked, this time from a mirror reflection inside the dressing room. The reflection clearly shows Remy looking directly at herself, pausing mid-line and muttering, "They're going to crucify me for in the meantime." The Mic Drop producers had already removed Remy's name from their social media accounts, cut her out of the opening credits, and replaced her seat with a cardboard cutout of Missy Elliott because she ruined her career for this chick. According to another unnamed insider, a makeup artist named D, who has reportedly worked in the industry since '96, the network is already in discussions with legal counsel over potential loss of advertiser trust, image damage, and breach of contract. Translation: fans are torn as they prepare to sue her into silence. Some continue to ride for Remy, saying that industry plants set her up, while others call it a case of classic self-sabotage. According to one widely shared statement, Remy Ma, in the meantime, the gossip blogs are consuming YouTubers who are posting explained videos and podcasts that analyze her body language as if it were a CIA briefing. Fake insiders are DMing pages as if they were in the room when she face-planted into the vanity. Wendy Williams, who hasn't appeared on TV in over a year, is somehow making a comeback with a YouTube hot tea. People are already making merchandise, such as t-shirts that read "Disqualified Diva" and "Rolling with Remy." A person even came up with a Funko Pop concept of her holding a Ziploc bag and a robe. Not only did Remy Ma lose her judging position, but she also lost her pending endorsement deal with Fashion Nova Men, a rumored guest appearance on Power Book 5, Brooklyn Heat, and an upcoming podcast series with VH1 called Still Standing. It's ironic that everything went out the window in an instant. Now, the question is not whether she messed up, but rather how many bags she messed up in 36 hours. Now we have Remy Ma, formerly praised as a lyrical powerhouse, being debated in legal offices, PR war rooms, and group conversations, labeled, "She did what?" Dig up the latest purported legal action, possible police involvement, and rumors that someone from the concert leaked even more content. The consequences are getting worse because of one reckless moment that was caught on video in 4K with Dolby surround sound clarity. According to sources close to the mic drop production, the network has lawyers reviewing each and every one of her actions. An anonymous executive reportedly stated, "She didn't just get high, she got high on our dime." According to a Tinseltown insider, she was hired to ruin our brand. They allegedly found a morals clause in the fine print that says that judges who commit crimes, participate in public wrongdoing, or behave in a way that harms the brand will not only be sacked but also held accountable for damages. One of the sound crew members had to take a week off because he claimed he could still hear the sniffing echo in his dreams, and the studio was required to turn over the raw security footage for internal compliance with local laws regarding substance abuse in the workplace. No one has been arrested yet, but let's say she walks on foot. According to a leaked tip to the Bootscape blog, police have reportedly become involved in the $4 million lawsuit for breach of contract, reputation harm, and mental anguish to the panel and crew. Damn, we really thought she was going to be the one to stay clean. Remy supporters who formerly praised her for surviving the rap game, prison, and motherhood are now sharing old videos with comments like these. One fan even tweeted, "I defended her during the cheating scandal. She might leave in handcuffs in that county again, further undermining the public's already diminished trust. I stood up for her when she fired Nicki, but this man, I have nothing left." The Remy and Pap fairy tale is falling apart faster than her endorsement deals. And speaking of sponsors, Ray's hairline collaboration with Lace Gods was even referred to as a rumored campaign with NYX Cosmetics. He is keeping quiet and working with his team to draft an official statement. But some say he has been spotted in New York City without his wedding band, looking like a man who recently paid for therapy from Uber Eats and a divorce attorney on the same day. And let's not even mention the canceled documentary series. Yes, Remy was reportedly filming a behind-the-scenes redemption arc series about her growth, fall, and rise. The working title is Reminisce, and all the footage is currently sitting in an editing bay somewhere, collecting dust next to Ja Rule's Coachella. Recap. This is why we don't let everyone turn around, DJ Envy said on the mindfulness apps. Wendy Williams shared another blurry video and said Remy Ma's career is on life support. Angela Yee reposted a tweet that said, "Some people don't need a comeback. They need a time machine." Meanwhile, memes like, "Woo, the internet is soulless," appeared. One meme featured Remy behind a judge's desk with the caption, "You've been convicted of messing up," with a bag that said, "Respectfully." Even fake trailers popped up on YouTube with titles like Remy Ma, the final sniff of a Netflix original, The Damage is Done. Another included Papoose, who was photoshopped into the joke about leaving work early. Remy didn't post any stories, tweets, or posts during this time until she finally broke it with a black screen and white lettering on her Instagram story. "You fall, but don't stay there, girl." The other thing that is falling right now is your public reputation, brand deals, and marriage, all at once. But some fans are holding on because, yeah. But that doesn't mean you should be caught on video with your schedule. A petition to get her back on the mic drop has gathered 834 signatures, most of which are from anonymous people. One comment reads, "She was the realest judge they had. At least she wasn't fake like them. I apologize, sis." And as fans argue in comment sections and on Twitter titled, "Are you still cycling to remember?" rumor has it that the industry has already moved on to her replacement, Judge Megan Stallion's former vocal coach who doesn't need powder to stay, energized. Remy Ma has been spotted in upstate New York spending time with family, but one neighbor says she was also seen shouting at someone on FaceTime while holding a bottle of wine and wearing fuzzy slippers. Will this be the end of her career, or will she go back to her former ways after all? Being kicked out of a live show for using drugs backstage, having the footage leaked online, and then being ghosted by my husband isn't a week. That's a public meltdown in surround sound. But maybe you think that the industry set her up, that the footage wasn't what it looked like, or that Papoose should have stood by her instead. This story isn't even close to being over, so if